What if the foods you've trusted for decades, the grains you thought were keeping you healthy, were quietly putting pressure on your kidneys every single day? I know, it sounds hard to believe. For years, we've been told to eat more whole grains, switch to brown rice, oatmeal, wheat bread. We did it for our hearts, for our digestion, for a longer life. But after 60, the body changes, especially your kidneys. And what once helped you might now be silently hurting you. As we age, those incredible organs slow down. They can't filter phosphorus, potassium, and oxalates the way they used to. You won't feel it right away. No pain, no warning sign. But over months and years, that hidden overload builds up, leading to high blood pressure, fatigue, brittle bones, swelling, even faster kidney decline. I've seen it happen. I've lived it with people I love. They thought they were eating clean oatmeal for breakfast, brown rice for lunch, until their lab results told a different story. That's why in this video, I want to share the truth. The 5 common grains that could be stressing your kidneys every single day, especially number 3, which most seniors eat without realizing the damage it can do. But don't worry, this isn't about fear or restriction. It's about awareness, control, and smarter choices. Because protecting your kidneys doesn't mean giving up comfort food. It means knowing which grains truly love your body back. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's start with the first grain, the one everyone calls the healthy choice, but might not be healthy for you anymore. Brown rice. The healthy grain that may be hurting your kidneys. Let's start with the grain that's been praised for decades. Brown rice. If you're like many health-conscious people, you probably switched from white rice years ago. You heard it's full of fiber, packed with nutrients, and better for your heart. Maybe your doctor even suggested it. You believed you were doing the right thing. And honestly, back then, you probably were. But after 60, the same bowl of brown rice can quietly turn from friend to foe. Here's why. Brown rice contains more phosphorus and potassium than white rice minerals your kidneys have to filter every single day. When your kidneys are young and strong, they handle that easily, but as we age, filtration slows. Those minerals don't leave your body as efficiently. They start to build up, and that buildup matters more than you might think. Too much phosphorus begins to pull calcium from your bones, making them fragile. It can even leave calcium deposits in your blood vessels, your heart, and your eyes. Too much potassium? That can trigger muscle cramps, irregular heartbeats, even dangerous cardiac issues. Now, here's the part most people never hear. 1 cup of cooked brown rice contains roughly 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 150 milligrams of potassium. It doesn't sound like much until you eat it every day, along with other foods that also contain those minerals. Oatmeal at breakfast, wheat bread at lunch, beans for dinner. Suddenly, the total load skyrockets. I remember talking to Jeanette, a retired teacher from Arizona. She's 69, lively, loves gardening. She switched to brown rice years ago because her best friend told her it was the healthiest carb. She ate it almost daily in bowls, in soups, with fish, you name it. Then, one summer, she started feeling exhausted. Her legs cramped at night. Her ankles swelled for no reason. When her blood work came back, her phosphorus was too high, and her GFR, her kidney function number, had dropped below 60. That's when her dietitian told her something shocking. "Jeanette, your brown rice might be part of the problem." She was stunned. She thought brown rice was the hero. But within 3 months of cutting it back to once a week, swapping some meals for white rice or cauliflower rice, her phosphorus levels returned to normal. The swelling went away. Her energy came back. Brown rice isn't bad. It's simply not ideal for aging kidneys. If your kidneys are healthy, small portions are fine. But if you're over 60, have high blood pressure, diabetes, or early-stage kidney disease, then portion control becomes critical. So what can you do? You don't have to give it up completely. Start by reducing your servings, maybe half a cup cooked, once or twice a week. Try white rice in small amounts, It has less phosphorus, less potassium, and still provides energy and comfort. Boost your fiber the kidney-friendly way. Pair it with green beans, carrots, or zucchini. And most importantly, stay hydrated. Water helps flush out extra minerals that stress the kidneys. The goal isn't to fear food. It's to make smarter choices for your body today. Less can truly mean more when it comes to protecting your kidneys. Now that we've talked about rice, let's move to the next breakfast favorite, the one most people think of as heart-healthy, but could quietly add pressure to your kidneys every single morning. Oatmeal. The comfort breakfast that can overwork aging kidneys. If you're like most people, your mornings probably start with something familiar. A warm, cozy bowl of oatmeal. It feels healthy, right? It's natural, full of fiber, good for the heart, and keeps you full for hours. You might even feel a little proud, thinking, at least I'm not eating sugary cereal. But here's the surprising truth. For seniors, especially after 60, that comforting bowl might not be as harmless as it seems. Oats are rich in phosphorus, potassium, and protein, the same nutrients that quietly overwork your kidneys when they start to slow down. Half a cup of raw oats can contain 166 milligrams of phosphorus and 147 milligrams of potassium. Cook them in milk, add bananas or raisins on top, and you've just doubled that mineral load before 9 a.m. When you're young, your kidneys easily filter these minerals. But with age, that efficiency fades. Those minerals begin to build up not all at once, but little by little, day after day. You might not feel anything wrong. You might even think, I'm doing everything right. Yet your kidneys could be working overtime, quietly struggling in the background. Too much phosphorus weakens your bones and blood vessels. Too much potassium can affect your heart rhythm, your muscles, even your breathing. And the protein in oats, while good in moderation, adds to that hidden workload your kidneys have to handle every single day. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 72, a retired mechanic from Oregon. Every morning for 10 years, he started his day with oatmeal steel-cut, unsweetened, just the way the doctor ordered. But as the years went by, he noticed something off. Fatigue, swollen hands, occasional dizziness. A blood test revealed elevated potassium and declining kidney function. His doctor asked about his diet, and when Harold listed oatmeal every morning, the doctor just nodded. "You're eating healthy," he said, "but maybe not kidney healthy." So Harold made a few simple changes. He switched from milk to unsweetened almond milk, replaced bananas with apple slices, and started eating oatmeal only 2 or 3 times a week instead of daily. Within a few months, his potassium dropped back into the normal range, and the swelling disappeared. The lesson? Oatmeal isn't the enemy, but for aging kidneys. Frequency and preparation matter more than anything. If you love oats, keep them. Just modify how you eat them. Cook with water or low-potassium milk, alternatives like almond or rice milk. Skip potassium-heavy toppings like bananas, peanut butter, or dried fruit. Use fresh apples, blueberries, or a sprinkle of cinnamon instead. Avoid instant oatmeal packets they often hide sodium and phosphate additives that make things worse. Oats are still a wonderful source of fiber, but they should be part of a balanced, kidney-friendly routine, not the daily default. Think of them as an occasional treat, not a morning ritual. And here's one more tip. If you're craving warmth in the morning, try cream of rice or cream of wheat instead. They're lighter on phosphorus and potassium, and they'll still give you that cozy, comforting start to your day. Your breakfast should fuel you, not quietly drain your kidneys. Up next, we'll look at another food that wears a healthy label but hides more sodium, phosphorus, and potassium than most people realize, and it might be sitting in your pantry right now. Whole wheat bread. Whole wheat bread, the heart-healthy choice that can stress your kidneys. For decades, we've been told the same thing. Choose whole wheat, not white bread. It's on every health poster, every diet plan, every doctor's list. More fiber, more nutrients, better for the heart, right? But here's what hardly anyone tells you. When you're over 60, when your kidneys aren't filtering like they used to, that healthy upgrade might quietly be doing more harm than good. Whole wheat bread is higher in phosphorus and potassium than white bread, two minerals that aging kidneys can't always manage. Just one slice can contain up to 64 milligrams of phosphorus and 99 milligrams of potassium. Eat 2 slices? You've doubled that before you even add anything else on top. And that's not the only problem. Most commercial whole wheat breads are packed with sodium, sometimes 150 to 200 milligrams per slice. That sodium might not sound like much, but for seniors managing high blood pressure or kidney issues, it adds up fast. Sodium causes water retention, bloating, and higher blood pressure, which puts even more pressure on your kidneys. Then there's something hidden even deeper: phosphate additives. To make the bread softer, last longer, and look better, manufacturers add compounds like monocalcium phosphate or disodium phosphate. These are inorganic phosphates, and your body absorbs them almost completely. That means your kidneys have to work extra hard to filter them out, creating a heavier burden than the label shows. I once spoke with Robert, a 68-year-old former firefighter from Chicago. He was proud of his healthy habits: whole wheat toast every morning, turkey sandwich for lunch, multigrain roll at dinner. But then, his doctor noticed his phosphorus levels creeping up. "You eat a lot of whole wheat, don't you?" she asked. Robert laughed. "Every day. That's the good stuff." 3 months later, after switching to lower sodium white bread and keeping his portions to 1 slice per meal, his numbers stabilized and his blood pressure improved. That's how subtle it can be. What you think is protecting your health might quietly be challenging it. Now, does that mean you should swear off bread forever? Not at all. The goal isn't to quit. It's to choose smarter. Try white bread or light rye. They usually have less phosphorus and potassium. Look for low-sodium labels under 120 milligrams per slice. Avoid any ingredient ending with phos. We will ready acted 2, and anodine, andlase, and keep portions reasonable. 1 slice instead of 2 can make a real difference. Also, pay attention to what you put between those slices. Processed meats, cheese spreads, salty condiments, they all add even more phosphorus and sodium. A healthy sandwich can quickly become a kidney's worst nightmare. So next time you reach for that loaf, read the label carefully. Your kidneys will thank you. And now, let's talk about a so-called supergrain that's exploded in popularity over the last decade. It's gluten-free, protein-packed, and loved by health gurus everywhere. But it's also one of the heaviest on your kidneys. Up next, quinoa, the trendy superfood that might not be so super for aging kidneys. The superfood that can secretly strain your kidneys. For years, quinoa has worn the crown of the perfect grain. It's on every health blog, every diet plan, every superfood list out there. And to be fair, it's earned that reputation. Quinoa is high in protein, rich in fiber, and contains all 9 essential amino acids. It's gluten-free, it's versatile, and it sounds like something only smart eaters choose. But here's what most people don't realize. Quinoa is not always kidney-friendly, especially after 60, when your kidneys are naturally slowing down. Just 1 cup of cooked quinoa contains around 281 milligrams of phosphorus, 336 milligrams of potassium, and about 8 grams of protein. That's a heavy hit for aging kidneys. These numbers are much higher than most common grains. Let's break it down. Too much phosphorus means your body starts pulling calcium out of your bones. That weakens them, making fractures more likely. The extra calcium doesn't just disappear, it can build up in your blood vessels, your heart, even your eyes. Too much potassium? That can throw off your heart rhythm, cause muscle weakness, or, in severe cases, lead to heart complications. And the protein in quinoa, while great for building muscle, also creates extra nitrogen waste. For younger kidneys, that's fine. But for aging kidneys, it's like running a marathon with a heavy backpack. they have to work harder to process that waste. And over time, it adds up. But there's something even trickier inside quinoa oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds found in plants. On their own, they're not dangerous. But when oxalates combine with calcium, they can form calcium oxalate crystals, the main ingredient in kidney stones. If you've ever had a kidney stone, you know how painful that can be. Now imagine eating quinoa every day, thinking it's super healthy, while unknowingly feeding your kidneys a steady stream of phosphorus, potassium, protein, and oxalates. That's what happened to Linda, a 6'6" yoga instructor from California. She switched completely to quinoa as her main carb, no rice, no pasta, just quinoa. Within a year, she started having back pain and nausea. Her doctor discovered small kidney stones, and her phosphorus and potassium were both above normal. Linda didn't need to cut out quinoa entirely. She just needed to cut back. Her dietitian suggested having quinoa only twice a week, half a cup cooked, and rinsing it thoroughly before cooking. Why rinse it? Because that helps remove saponins and reduces some of the anti-nutrients, including oxalates. Now she pairs quinoa with low-potassium vegetables like cauliflower or cabbage, stays hydrated throughout the day, and her kidney health has stabilized. So here's the takeaway. Quinoa isn't the villain. It's just too nutrient-dense for kidneys that have slowed with age. Think of it as concentrated power, useful, but only in small doses. Here's how to keep quinoa in your diet safely. Limit to half a cup cooked, no more than twice a week. Rinse thoroughly before cooking. Avoid combining it with other high-potassium foods like beans, spinach, or bananas in the same meal. Stay well-hydrated. Water helps your kidneys flush excess minerals. Remember, even superfoods can become harmful when your organs change with age. Balance, not restriction, is the real key. Now, let's move to the fifth and final grain one that hides in healthy cereals and fiber supplements, and may be the most concentrated source of phosphorus and oxalates yet: wheat bran. Wheat bran, the fiber hero that overloads aging kidneys. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest hidden culprits of all: wheat bran. If you've ever tried to eat healthier, lose weight, or stay regular, you've probably been told to add wheat bran to your diet. It's in your cereal, your muffins, even those fiber powders and bars that promise better digestion. And yes, it's loaded with fiber. But here's the shocker. Wheat bran is one of the most concentrated sources of phosphorus and oxalates you can eat. Just half a cup, that's about 29 grams, delivers nearly 294 milligrams of phosphorus, 343 milligrams of potassium, 4.5 grams of protein, and over 12 grams of fiber. From a general nutrition standpoint, that sounds impressive. But for aging kidneys, it's like stepping on the gas when your engine is already overheating. Let me explain why. Your kidneys filter phosphorus, potassium, and protein waste from your blood. When they slow down with age, these nutrients build up faster than your body can handle, and the phosphorus in wheat bran is what experts call highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it almost completely. That's bad news for your kidneys, because it leaves them no room to rest. Then, there's oxalate. Wheat bran ranks among the top grain-based sources of oxalates, and when oxalates mix with calcium, they form calcium oxalate stones, the most common type of kidney stone in adults. So, when you eat wheat bran for health, you might actually be feeding the very problem you're trying to avoid. Even the fiber in wheat bran, though beneficial for digestion, can interfere with how your body handles minerals. It can bind to calcium and magnesium, reducing their absorption, and in people with kidney disease, that imbalance can make things worse. I remember one of my clients, Nancy, a 71-year-old retiree who swore by her fiber cereal. She'd add wheat bran to her smoothies every morning, but when she started experiencing dull lower back pain, her doctor discovered kidney stones forming. The culprit? Too much phosphorus and oxalate, exactly what wheat bran delivers in abundance. She was heartbroken. I thought I was doing everything right," she told me. And she was just not for her kidneys. If you're over 60, here's a better way to get your fiber without overloading your kidneys. Try cooked oats in moderation, 2 or 3 times per week. Eat apples with the skin on a gentle, natural fiber source. Add psyllium husk, it's soluble, kidney safe, and easy on digestion. Include steamed vegetables like carrots or zucchini. You don't need to avoid fiber, you just need to choose the right kind. So the next time you see a cereal box bragging about extra fiber, pause and check the ingredients. If it lists wheat bran, especially near the top, you might want to put it back on the shelf, because sometimes the foods that look healthiest on the label are the hardest for your kidneys to handle. Now that we've uncovered all 5 hidden grains, let's bring it all together and talk about how you can turn these insights into small, powerful habits that protect your kidneys for years to come. Protecting your kidneys, one smart choice at a time. So now you know not all grains are harmless, especially after 60. Brown rice, oatmeal, whole wheat bread, quinoa, and wheat bran, they all sound healthy. And for younger people, they probably are. But as the years go by, your kidneys work a little slower, a little harder, filtering the same minerals that used to pass through easily. That's why awareness matters. It's not about fear. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's about balance, about learning what your body needs today, not 10 or 20 years ago. Your kidneys have served you faithfully for decades. They've filtered every meal, every cup of coffee, every glass of water you've ever had. They've kept your blood clean, your body in balance, your energy steady. Don't they deserve a little care in return? You don't have to go on a strict diet or live in constant worry. Just make a few small adjustments. Choose white rice, in moderation, instead of brown. Enjoy oats a few times a week, not every morning. Read your bread labels and go for low-sodium options. Treat quinoa like a supplement, not a staple. Skip wheat bran. Get your fiber from fruits and veggies instead. These are simple shifts, but they can make a lifetime of difference. If you're watching this right now, take it as a gentle reminder. Your kidneys are listening. Every choice you make today is either giving them relief or adding more pressure. So, tell me in the comments, which grain surprised you the most? Which one are you planning to swap first? Remember, you have more control than you think. Small changes, big results, and a longer, healthier life for the kidneys that have carried you this far. But steady, mindful care, that's what makes it grow. Your body works the same way. It doesn't need extremes. It needs understanding. Some days, I still crave my old habits, a salty sausage, a fatty steak. But now, when that happens, I pause and remind myself, is this meal helping me live longer or just faster? And in that pause, I choose differently. Because this isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. The freedom to wake up with energy, to move without swelling, to live without fear of the next lab result. And the best part? You and I, we don't walk this path alone. Every time one of us chooses a kinder meal, we remind the other that it's possible. So, before we end, let's take one last moment to reflect on everything we've learned and how small changes can create a lifetime of strength. The quiet power of gentle change. When I look back now, it's not the numbers on my lab report that I remember most. It's the feeling, that quiet sense of control returning to my life. That calm confidence of knowing I was no longer fighting against my own body, but finally walking with it. You see, our bodies are always speaking softly, patiently. They tell us when they're tired, when they're healing, when they just need a little kindness. The trouble is, for so many years, I didn't listen. Maybe you didn't either. But here's the beautiful truth. It's never too late to start listening. Even small choices, one less slice of bacon, one more piece of salmon, one lighter meal, can shift your future in quiet, powerful ways. Your kidneys are resilient. They've carried you through decades of life. Every meal, every stress, every joy. They don't need perfection from you. They just need relief. They need you to care, gently, but consistently. I often think of this journey as a mirror, a reflection of how we treat ourselves. The moment we start eating with love, our bodies respond with gratitude. The fatigue eases, the swelling fades, the pressure steadies. Not overnight, but slowly, faithfully, like dawn returning after a long night. So let's remember 3 things today. First, understand. Know what your body truly needs at this stage of life. Knowledge isn't fear, it's freedom. Second, make small changes. Swap what burdens you for what nourishes you. Choose clean meats, gentle flavors, mindful portions. Third, trust the process. Healing takes time. But every day you choose wisely, your kidneys grow stronger, and so do you. Maybe this week, you start small. A piece of baked salmon instead of sausage. A cup of herbal tea instead of a second coffee. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to begin. And when you sit down to your next meal, take a moment. Look at your plate, look at your life, and know this: every choice you make is a conversation with your future. So I'll ask you, just as I asked myself, which of these 3 healing meats will you begin with this week? Will it be the rich calm of salmon, the gentle strength of chicken, or the clean comfort of white fish? Whatever you choose, make it yours. Because your body isn't asking for perfection, only for kindness. And maybe, just maybe, today is the day you start being kind to it, one meal at a time. Because somewhere out there, someone you care about might be eating the same breakfast, and slowly, unknowingly, tiring the organs that have carried them through a lifetime.